Hey guys, this is Poet Spice Biblio Scribe, and I am here to do a February flashback and March goal setting kind of video for writing and all those things that I've been trying to keep track of. And if you do like the 90-day planning thing, it would be first quarter. And so I'm just going to kind of go with that, even though I pretty much have to do like a 30-day kind of idea because the 90 days just doesn't seem to click with me. So I am going to talk about some goals that I had set, and then I'm going to show you the tracking and stuff that I did in my planner. My lovely Stargazer planner. Yes, yes, yes. And some other things that I have been using. So this kind of goes along too with that Sarah Cannon Heart Breathings notebook sort of thing, in a way, sort of kind of, which is what got me started doing the whole like journaling and just trying to keep like a set of notebooks ready to go. So I'm going to go over my February flashback. So first of all, I have 3 goals set in general, and then I'll go show you that in my planner. And so the first goal is dealing with self-care and decreasing stress and mobility and all that kind of stuff that goes under that. My second goal is to establish an author presence and also writing. Have some writing so somebody can read it. And my third goal is basically to declutter and reorganize my house and my space so that the other 2 goals are easier to do. Plus, that whole self-care thing is in that as well. So, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and flip you down so that you can see what's going on in the planners. And then maybe we'll have a little chat. Okay, so here is my fabulous The Stars Shine For You Stargazer planner. It's an 18-month undated planner, and I did start using this at the beginning of 2020. So I really like it. It has my favorite colors, blue and purple. So I just absolutely loved it when I saw it, and I had to have it. So I'm going to go ahead and flip you to February and show you what's going on here. So how about this geometric design? Isn't that so fabulous? I love the little gold accents in here too. So I'm just going to flip this way so you can see what this month was like. So my first goal is basically self-care to de-stress and to increase mobility and spirituality. I had a hard time trying to break these down into groups that would be manageable to do the whole 90-day planning sort of thing. So I went and redid this in a different way. So these are the 3 major things that I want to work on: decluttering and fixing my house and space, establishing my author presence in writing, so that all goes under here, and then self-care, so doing things that are actually going to increase mobility and spirituality but decrease stress and so forth. So I have different points underneath there on each one, and some of them will cross over. So some things that are over here in the decluttering, they are going to help me also do this of self-care, as well as help me with this writing section, because if I have more space and I feel decluttered, all these things kind of mix and match and go together. Now, what I put in the bottom of this planner is where it says notes and reminders. I went ahead and built in a tracker, and so my tracker is basically 2 lines, and I just numbered them 1 through, actually it'll be 31 for March, but just number 1 through 28, although this was 29. And I just went and put any day that I did this item, I just went ahead and filled in that block for that day. So I actually need to fill in, because it's the first, so I actually need to fill in these last 2. So why don't we go ahead and do that since we're on the page. If I can find my highlighter. There we go. Y'all are like, get it together. So I did do my Bible verse, and I did do my reading. I did do journaling both days, and I did some crafting yesterday, and I did do some organization, because we did do some stuff there. So that's basically what I do every day, is I'll just go through and then put down. So I have do my Bible verse And I'm kind of going with that minimalist, like 2 page, 2 minutes, whatever, something very small that I can go ahead and get done, and then I can mark it off. And if I end up going over that, then yay. So usually I end up reading, like 4, 5, 6, 7, sometimes a whole chapter or whatever, Bible verse. But my minimum is 1 verse a day. Now, my next one is journaling. So I've been journaling. I've been journaling every day, as you can see. I think I've missed maybe 2 or 3 days since January. Since the beginning of the year. Now you can see my writing is crap. Look at that. One day, and I did write another day. I don't even remember what day it was. So I actually have 2 writing days here. And that's really disgusting. My organizational cleaning. So you can see how the days that I did that. And so if anything, I do anything like fold the laundry, do dishes, whatever, it goes under organizational cleaning. As you can see, my exercise was atrocious, and my daily reading, it did improve. It's still pretty bad in comparison to what I used to read. But I do teach English, so by the time I get home, these two suffer. My daily reading and my writing suffer. And then coloring and art. I tend to do this a lot. This was actually less than I did this, previous months. So there you go for that. So that's what my little tracker looks like. And you can see how things went. So in my planner, I actually go through, and I don't do so much of forward planning. I do more of recording or tracking. So I have my monthly spread. And then I'll have notes or sticky notes or whatever. And then for the week, I'll put in whatever sticky notes I have or carry them forward. And I write down what got done. So this is all a record of the things that have gotten finished for the day. So you can see some days, and some days I forgot to record, but most of the days I do. So like this day I got a lot of things done. And I do it this way so that I can see some progress. So I need to see progress. If I don't have progress, then I just get really depressed and down. So then I also taped in some pages here for February flashback. And it basically says all that stuff that I just went over. So I thought I would go ahead and show you March and what I want to do for March. And show you how this is going. So here's the March page. Look at the crystals. Aren't they pretty? So purpley, purpley, purpley. And so here again, I've put in my goals. And all I did was transfer them from this page to here and put them there again. So the exact same thing. And then I put my tracker because I realized I cannot do a weekly tracker. I need to see the whole month. So since we have 31 days, that last box is split. So it's the same points, Bible verse, journaling, so forth and so on. Okay, then I have some things that I want to do to increase and get with the literary stuff I need to be doing. And then I did some work on my actual planner. So I have some sticky notes. I put this little thing that I colored here. We have spring break, so I have this here. And all the stuff that I need to do, I put on a monthly spread. I have this stamp set from Crafter's Companion, which gives you each month when it starts. So you got a Monday start, a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then you have this extra stuff that goes with it. And then I have this Elizabeth Craft die that has all the months. So I cut that out, put the March up there. I took some images that I had colored and put them in here. Put in some due dates that I have already. And then that's what I do for my forward planning. Or no, I know I have to do this right there. Then we'll have the week. So this is the first week of March. And I have a design team project and my cousin's birthday. So I'll have to do some stuff there. And so once I get done with this video, I'll have stuff that I put here in this Monday the 1st. So that's how I do this. Now, what do I want to do? I want to continue with my Bible verse a day, but I need to change it a little bit. So last year, towards the end of the year, I bought this 5-year kind of planner thing. And it's not even really a planner, but what's 3 years, sorry. And you write down what you were doing or whatever was going on that day, 3 years in a row. And I thought that would be really cool just to do the Bible verse and if I use 3 or a whole page or whatever. But then I bought all these dies to make journals and I kind of was like, I want to use those So I have this personal size 6 ring binder, and I have the Elizabeth Crafts dies. So I want to use this and create pages where I use this for my recording. So I did not do that in February, so I'm going to start it in March, which is today. So there's that. The next thing I want to do is to continue with my journaling every day. So I'll show you that. I purchased this gigantic 360 page book, and it's got the little believe, and I want to say it was lit fun. And so, as you can clearly see, I was going back and forth as to whether I wanted to keep using this one or if I wanted to go back to doing like my December daily. But I decided I was going to keep using this because I started it. I actually want to finish it. And so I've just started adding more of these things that I used to do in my December daily. So there's a lot of journaling, obviously, but I've started adding some stamps, some colored images, some washi tape, and I want to do a whole huge amount. So we had a snow day and I wanted to cut this die, so I put that in there. So there's a swatch for the colored pencils I just bought. So I'm adding more of this stuff in there for this month because I'm like, this is not feeling like me with just all this stuff. And so here I'm going to put a March spread and then continue with writing and putting that stuff in. So that's what I wanted to add to this journal. Okay, then the next thing I want to do is to read 2 pages a day so that I can get some more reading done. Now, typically if I start reading, then I'll get way more done. So I started reading The Night Circus, and I read like 3 days, and that's how much I got in there. And I read slowly, so some people are like, that's all you got done in 3 days? But I read slowly, plus I teach English, which means I have a whole lot of other things I have to read. So by the time I get home, I'm tired of reading. But I started reading The Night Circus in February, and I've gotten this far, and so I want to finish reading The Night Circus. And I figured if I read 2 pages a day, that'll just keep me in the habit of reading something every day. As well as, you know, if I can actually get started, then I'm fine. I usually spend like an hour reading. It's just that whole getting started, which is pretty much everything, isn't it? Get started. Now, the other thing that I want to do is the writing and the authorship. So my goal for that is to write 2 minutes a day. I had started that, but then I did it for Nano, and Nano just totally knocked me out of my writing, which is opposite of what usually happens. So there you go. So I want to do the very minimum of 2 minutes a day, and usually I can get about 250 words in 2 minutes because I'm concentrated. So I usually set my timer for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. That way I can get that 15 seconds. You can go, and then 2 minutes, boom. So that's what I want to do every day. And I also want to do some other things. I want to set up my desk and put out my typewriter permanently. I did go ahead and buy some more typing or some more copy paper so I can use that in the typewriter. And I do have some ribbons and everything ready to go. So that is what I want to do with that. And then I also want to go back to my other, I don't have it here, but it pretty much looks like this, my A5 binder, and record things in writing in there as well. So I figured if I can do that, that would be awesome. And then with setting up my writing desk, I figure I wanted it in my craft room, but if, ooh, Lord, if I showed y'all my craft room right now, you'd be like, what the devil? But I don't know. I can't get this stuff cleared out as fast as I want to. So I'm thinking if I go ahead and set it up in a corner in our bedroom, then at least it's a dedicated space and I can just go in there, and Mr. Man doesn't really go in there anyway when it's not sleepy time. All right, so anyway, so those are my goals and my journals and my notebooks and so forth for March, and we shall see how that goes. And I'm going to try and get my my makeshift Kanban board somewhere on my wall. All right, thanks for watching, and I will be back next week because I think what I'm going to do for March is do some stuff to prepare for Nano in April, which is also Poetry Month, which is what I'm going to be doing. And so I'm going to talk about some literary devices and some techniques and so forth that you need to have in order to do some good poetry. So if you'd like to hear about that and so forth, then come on back and we shall see you guys later. Thanks for spending this time with me, and I hope you guys are being safe. If you have questions or comments, just let me know. And I would also like to see what your goals are for March and like how you're tracking. All right, thank you guys. See you guys later. Bye.